Okay, welcome to the first annual St. Patrick's Day celebration. And we're going to start with a couple of songs here as soon as I get myself squared in the frame of the camera here. We're going to start with a couple of songs that are well known, sing along. The idea is to have fun. And that's, of course, what you do on St. Patrick's Day, right? Oh, there was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan was his name. He was born and raised in Ireland, in a place called Castlemaine. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents love the wild colonial boy. At the early age of 16 years, he left his native home, and to Australia's sunny shores he was inclined to roam. He robbed the rich to help the poor. He shot James McAvoy. A terror to Australia was the wild colonial boy. One morning on the prairie, as Jack he rode along, a-listening to a mockingbird singing his cheerful song, outstepped a band of troopers, Kelly Davis and Fitzroy. They all set out to capture him, the wild colonial boy. Surrender now, Jack Duggan, for you see you're 3-1. Surrender in the Queen's high name, you are a plundering son. Jack drew 2 pistols from his belt and proudly waved them high. I'll fight, but not surrender, said the wild colonial boy. Well, he fired a shot at Kelly, which brought him to the ground, and turning round to Davis, he received a fatal wound. A bullet pierced his proud young heart from the pistol of Fitzroy. And that is how they captured him, the wild colonial boy. Oh, there was a wild colonial boy, Jack Duggan was his name. He was born and raised in Ireland, in a place called Castlemaine. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents love the wild colonial boy. Rest in peace, Jack Duggan. Well, I told you I'd sing a couple of very familiar songs, Irish pub songs. The next one is the Black Velvet Band, requested by a number of our fans out there. And so we're going to sing that in just a moment. I would like to say before that there is a dedication to this performance today, this St. Patrick's Day. For so many years, I played in a band with called the O'Reillys. Many of you are familiar with that and are familiar with that group. But I would like to honor my bandmates with this little mini concert today. I'm not going to name them in order, just to say that they were the best of friends, all of them. And 3 of them have passed away: John Green, Bob McDonough, Paul Egan. 3 are still with us. Tim Jumper, Wally Greeley, my very good friend Billy Martin. And so I'd like to, keep them in mind. I certainly will be keeping them in mind as we do this little mini concert. And this one, of course, is a favorite of John Green, the Black Velvet Band. In a neat little town they call Belfast, apprenticed to trade I was bound, and many easy hours, sweet happiness I had in that sweet little town, when sad misfortune came over me and caused me to stray from the land, far away from me friends and relations, to follow the Black Velvet Band. Sing it now. Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. As I went strolling one evening, not meaning to go very far, I met with a ficklesome damsel, selling her trade at the bar, and a gold watch she took from a customer and put it right into me hand. Well, the law came and put me in prison. Bad luck to that Black Velvet Band. Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Next morning before judge and jury, for trial I had to appear. The judge, he says, young fellow, me lad, the case against you is quite clear, and 7 long years is your sentence. You're destined for Van Diemen's Land, far away from your friends and relations, to follow that black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. So come all you jolly young fellows, and here you take warning from me. Whenever you're out on the liquor, me lads, beware of the lovely Colleens. They'll treat you to whiskey and porter till you are not able to stand. And the very next thing you know, me lads, you'll wind up in Van Diemen's Land. Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band. Hey, you sounded pretty good on that one. I think I'll have another swig of Guinness here. That tastes pretty good. This is the clear model, the latest model. But we may be into the real stuff before too long. Now, for this next song, I'm going to call in an assistant. You won't be able to see her completely, but you'll see an important part of her for this song. That's all I'm going to say. Pat? Hello? Here she comes. She's coming into the studio here at Camp Woodside.
Okay.
Step inside, please. And I'm sure you all know my wife, Pat, but she's a little bit camera shy today, and but her Irishness persists, and especially in this song. So you all know the drill. I'm going to play in the chorus, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. Okay, here's the song now. And you have to clap as Patches clapped when the chorus comes along. And of course, I'd love you to sing along with it too. I've been a Wild Rover for many's the year, and I've spent all me money on whiskey and beer. And now I'm accorded with gold in great store, and I'll never play the Wild Rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. Very good now. Now if I can remember the words. Well, I went to an alehouse I used to frequent, and I told the landlady me money was spent. I offered her credit, she answered me nay. Such a custom as yours I can have any day. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. Very good. So I took from me pocket 10 sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said, I have whiskey and wines of the best, and the words that I told you were only in jest. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. I'll go home to my parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And when they've caressed me as oft times before, I never will play the Wild Rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No more. One more now, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the Wild Rover. No, never, no more. Round of applause for my wife, Pat. Well, that's the end of our first session. So, I'm going to take a little break, let you possibly crack an adult beverage, and I'll see you in the next little set. Happy St. Patrick's Day.